Hi, this is Scott, and I'm with Plumbers United. We're a service company out of McDonough, Georgia. We service the Atlanta metro area. I was on call this weekend, and within an hour I got 2 emergency calls about either commodes overflowing that could not be shut off, or something happening here on the valve that was actually spraying out, flooding a bathroom. We've probably had about 100 of these calls within the numerous years, so what I'd like to do is help you during an emergency, and this may save you a service call or some overtime charges. If you have an emergency with the Sloan valve, the item that shuts it off is called the stop right here. There are several covers that you have to remove for several types of valves that will actually access the shutoff. This first one I'm going to show you has a little cap on it. That cap can be removed just by prying a screwdriver behind it. It's a very small cap. If you have this type, once you pry the screwdriver behind that little cap, it pops off and it will expose this flathead portion of the stop. And all you need to do is take a flathead screwdriver and turn that clockwise, okay? And by turning it clockwise, you don't have to put a lot of force on it. Once you get to a stopping point, that valve should be off. Okay, if it's not, just continue to rotate it and turn it. See, now we have the valve off, and then to turn it back on, once it's been repaired by your plumber, you can actually rotate it counterclockwise. This is called the stop valve. This is called the stop valve. It will also allow you to adjust the flow going into the commode. If the commode splashes over every time it's flushed, it could be the diaphragm is too large or the stop valve just needs to be adjusted down a little bit, the flow rate, by turning it clockwise. Okay, there are several different types of covers, and this is the most important thing I wanted to review with you today that causes a lot of confusion. This stop valve doesn't have a cover on it. It operates the same way. You turn it clockwise to shut the water flow off. That one had this little button. I'm going to replace that button so it doesn't get lost. Okay, let me show you another type. This one will actually have a little tiny nut in the front. You don't ever want to loosen this bigger nut because that will actually that accesses the interior of the valve, and that could cause you a lot of trouble. But this little nut can be loosened with a pair of pliers or a wrench. Okay. This nut, you do the same thing. You do counterclockwise to take it off, okay? And then you do clockwise to put it back on, and there's that little flathead screw again. Let me show you another nut. This nut actually screws on the outer portion of it, okay? This one will have a couple Allen wrench screws in it that you'll have to loosen. We don't see this a lot. This is a special order. It's called a tamper resistant type, and that keeps people from actually pulling those off, taking them, or actually tampering with this valve. This, we don't see that often in our area. Okay, here's another one. This one just actually screws right over the whole valve. It's got these little ridges here, so if you don't see a flathead screwdriver slot, you only see a chrome cap like this, you can take your wrench again, any type of wrench, grab it on these little flat spots, and counterclockwise takes it off, okay? Which will expose the screw that's up under this little cap. Okay, the most confusing one that we run into that gives a lot of people a lot of grief is this one that just keeps spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning, and you can't seem to get it off. The secret to get these off, if you touch the front of this and you go to screw it, has no flat spots, it's just spinning. What you have to do is pull it towards you and then spin counterclockwise. It's got a locking mechanism in it that will allow you to then remove it. There's that flathead screwdriver slot. Okay, we hope this helps you in an emergency situation to where you can actually shut that Sloan valve off, save an overtime charge, save a service call, or give the plumber time to get to you. Thank you very much.